from the R8. I've got my wide-angle lens on. Just thought I'd try and mix things up a bit, really. Show you a bit more of the inside of the car while I'm driving, rather than focusing on this mug. So today's pretty cool. I basically got the keys to the very latest Audi R8 V10 Plus. So I actually saw the launch of this new R8 at Geneva this year, Geneva 2015. I gotta be honest with you, my initial impressions of that car weren't that great. Only because when they launched the first R8 way back like 2007, the design of this car then was wow. You know, it was so good. I think it made the whole industry pull their finger out and stand to attention. And they came out with this, and everyone was like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, when that car came out, it just looked so good. It looked like years beyond its time, and even before anyone had even driven it, I was like, I want one of those, just because of how it looks. But when they launched this new one, I didn't have that same effect. In fact, if anything, I was a bit pissed off actually, because I was kind of looking forward to it being more wowed than ever. So up until now, I haven't really been overly enthusiastic about the aesthetics of that car. But I have to say, I've seen a couple more of these cars since that launch. Already, this new R8 is starting to get there with me. So, yeah, let's see. Well, someone must like this car, because I just started filming, and this gentleman here pulled up in a lovely manual DBS, and off he goes. Anyway. And here we are, just being given the keys to this awesome R8 V10 Plus. I gotta say, in this blue, it looks fantastic. Massive fixed carbon wing. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Haven't driven it too much yet, so we're gonna jump in and talk about that shortly. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's quite a big change from the first gen R8. Big grille. Of course, Audi have now introduced laser lights. I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to test those today, because it won't be dark for hours, but you know, this car is definitely growing on me. It's starting to look pretty good. Carbon ceramic discs, finally, as standard. This car needs those. This is a bit of a controversial thing. They've gone and split the iconic carbon side blade. Now, some people like it, some people don't. I don't know. I think for me, the side blade on the R8 was such an iconic feature. I think I'd have probably left it whole, but you know, it still looks cool. No doubt on the V10 Plus this comes as standard in carbon. If it doesn't, definitely want to fork out for it. That's quite a cool touch, to see the exhaust through the back grille. No doubt at night time that glows red. That would be so good to actually see that. Yeah, I'm starting to like this car. Carbon diffuser down here. I would imagine this car is probably pretty loaded. Interestingly, it's got this sort of cross brace similar to its more expensive brother, the Lamborghini Huracan. Let me know what you guys think of it, how it looks, etc. I can only say I still think it looks better in person than in pictures. This one, sit in the sunshine, it's got a really decent fleck on it. Yeah, awesome, man. Cool. Anyway, it's -2 here. I'm gonna jump in and let's take this thing for a spin. Of course, the obligatory Bang & Olufsen sound system, as launched on the original R8. So here we are, inside the brand new R8 V10 Plus. No doubt about it, this is where the most changes are on this car. First impressions, the steering wheel has many buttons. I mean, there are so many things to choose from, and huge display panel. Let's check this out. Wow, this thing is huge. I mean, there is lots of carbon in here, but for instance, that sort of carbon driver zone here, which swept around on the old car, is kind of hidden away, really, sort of down there. Yeah, I mean, I think this car is probably coming out at like 145 grand. I would want more carbon. Okay, inside, huge change. Nice dials with sort of screens inbuilt there. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen plenty of this interior. Let's find out how it actually drives. By the way, I just so happen to have my actual R8 key on me at the minute for a comparison between old and new. I know it's only small, but this is supercar ownership, guys. So yeah, this is what we're sort of dealing with here. Nice little R8 emblem on there, decent shape, lots of chrome. This is basically an Audi A1 key. It's crap. All right, first drive then in the new Audi R8 V10 Plus. Right, so that comfort, auto, dynamic, standard, dynamic, engage, drive. Ooh. Now instantly, in fact two things instantly. The throttle response, well that, actually it's more like this sort of early torque swell, is like immediate. It sort of jumps off the line with not much sneeze factor. Sneeze factor meaning there's not much sort of play in the pedal before the car moves. It's actually something the old R8 does, but not like this. This one jumps off pretty quickly. Second thing I noticed straight away is the steering is very light. I'm not sure if you can change that in the settings. I presume these days that this is now an electronic steering rack. Oh, there's baubles, there's pops and bangs, people. This is going to be cool. All right, let's see how this goes. It is fast. So the difference in power between my R8 V10 Plus and this V10 Plus, I think it's about 60 horsepower, which is not small change. Mine's 550. I think this is 610 horsepower. I mean, where are we gonna go? There's 610 horsepower in an Audi. It's mental. I'm not sure if it's the steering that's making this car feel lighter than it actually is. I know the car is lighter than the old R8, but I think it's being enhanced a little bit by this steering. You only really find out the weight of a car when you're like on it. So anyway, let's go and find us some country roads, make some noise. I would say it's a bit faster. I don't know if it's hugely faster than the previous R8. It's got lots of torque. It's not like a game changer, considering it's got less weight, 60 horsepower more. I'm not getting in this thinking, whoa, like hyperspeed. What is that? Of course, we have really big carbon ceramic brakes. I think manufacturers generally have evolved ceramic brakes quite a lot lately. Early ceramic brakes, they were a bit of a pain because that sort of cold bite wasn't there. You'd press the brake and it just sort of slip a bit, wouldn't brake until it got that sort of immediate bit of heat in it, and then it would stop. Carbon brakes these days though don't really have that issue. They are immediate, and then when you're on track and they get some temperature in them, they're fantastic things. So straight away this gearbox is better than my gearbox. Sad face. No, when I say better, it lets me down change a little bit earlier than my box, which is nice. It's great. I'm glad they've sort of picked up on that. It's something that I guess most people wouldn't even think about, but when you live with these cars day in, day out, you pick up on the very slightest things that you probably wouldn't if you kept it for your sort of Sunday car. So yeah, it's good. You've got to think of the price point of this thing though. I mean, what else would you be in the market for if you were looking at 145 grand? I mean, also as a daily driver too. I know it's a supercar and it seems excessive, but honestly, you can drive this as easy as a Golf. It's that's a good sound, right? Ooh, pops and bangs. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, really annoyingly, my GoPro's ran out of battery, so I'm just gonna give you a taste of the audio of being inside a tunnel from my phone. Okay, so I've managed to mount my phone. We're about to go through a tunnel. That sounds so good. Honestly, this is the kind of menu on this dash that you need to like sit with the manual and have some serious bedtime reading to understand what the hell is going on here. Too much stuff. Okay, so we're back in my R8, and yeah, it's really interesting being able to jump between those two cars straight away. It's the best way to get that immediate feel of the difference between them. The thing that I can tell straight away is, like, more than anything, is the steering weight. The steering weight in this is actually fantastic. Yeah, the gear shifts in the new car, they are definitely very slightly faster. It's not game changing. I mean, you know, these things are so fast anyway. The upshifts, they feel absolutely razor sharp. The biggest change, the interior on this car now, after getting back out of the new one, is really starting to show its age. My dials have gone back to the sort of old school physical dials. Obviously in the new R8 it's one massive screen. I mean, the screen's like that big. One issue I've got, okay, I didn't spend that much time with the car. I probably only had it for like 3 or 4 hours. There are so many buttons and options on that steering wheel. I sat in front of that wheel thinking, like, where do I start? Yeah, it is a bit crazy. Driving experience is fantastic. It sounds better than this car. Inside, it sounds the same. From the outside, particularly with the windows down through that tunnel, it really does sound fantastic. And when you lift off the accelerator pedal, it pops and bangs, man. It pops and bangs really well. They definitely have engineered in some drama. So the closing summary then for this brand new R8, you know, ultimately as an all-round package, is absolutely fantastic. And if you're in the market for a car of that price bracket, it is compelling, man. Like, it is really capable supercar, and it's packed with options. You've got ceramic discs, lots of carbon about the place, nice carbon fixed wing. Of course, you've got a fantastic naturally aspirated V10 engine, which in this day and age is a dying breed, so well done, Audi. Alright guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below, and see you next time. Ciao.
Run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway